Thank you. Thank you very much. And welcome to Cats and Dogs here on Press TV with me, Lembit Öpik, where we begin with a look at the dodgy world of death threats. Oh yes, not so long ago, the world's greatest peacemaker, by which I obviously mean former Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett, said that he had received assurances from Russian Premier Vladimir Putin that the Ukrainian president's life was not at risk. Bennett said he got the update during a secretive visit to Moscow last March, where this master of tact and diplomacy offered to mediate during the early days of the war between Russia and Ukraine. And apparently, the killing of Zelensky was one of the topics. Are you going to plan to kill Zelensky? No, I am not planning to kill Zelensky. Oh, okay, bye then. Apparently, Bennett then called the Ukrainian leader on his way to Moscow's airport, who asked, "Are you sure?" And he tells him, "Yes, 100%, he won't kill you." By a strange coincidence, that was at exactly the same time Zelensky decided to play the role of national hero, declaring he would remain in the country and fight to the last moment. Why might we believe the assurance from Putin? Well, before he was a national hero, Zelensky was a comedian. And who kills comedians? But there's another craftier reason why Putin may choose not to wipe out Zelensky. Have you noticed the amount of demands Zelensky has made to the US since the beginning of the war? No matter how much Washington sends him, he still wants more. Tens of billions of dollars? That's not enough, give me more. Loads of weapons? More. Now, that's caused analysts to suspect that Moscow's realised if Zelensky carries on like this, he can single-handedly destroy the US economy just by endlessly shaking the magic Yankee money tree. In fact, it's such a smart plan that not only will Putin avoid telling his forces to take Zelensky out, he's more likely to take Zelensky out himself for dinner and then give him a free bodyguard service on the way home. By the way, Bennett's comments came after some incendiary claims to the BBC from the former British Prime Minister Boris Johnson, who said Putin had threatened him personally with a missile strike that would only take a minute. The Kremlin said Johnson made it up. Of course he did, because who kills a comedian? Meanwhile, over in the land of freedom and China's greatest consumer goods market, namely America, there are new rumours that John Bolton is going to run for US president. This has triggered a wave of reactions from the world of politics. Now, John Bolton, the one-time national security advisor to former President Donald Trump, is one of the most notorious Iran hawks in the whole of the United States. So what might his election slogan sound like? Bolton, gunning for America and everybody else. If you think I'm crazy, take a look at the other guy. Iran, I'll make their uranium degrade again. Back in the United Kingdom, Britons are running out of food. Yes, the world's sixth biggest economy is out of tomatoes, peppers and cucumbers as the nation faces a shortage that could last for weeks to come. But fear not, with the Tory government at the helm, there is no need to worry. The Environment Secretary, Theresa Coffey, has recently come up with a brilliant idea. Can't get tomatoes? Eat turnips. Aha! So this is a silver bullet for the nation's problems. Can't get white meat? Eat turnips. No pumpkins for Halloween? Use a turnip. Can't get a partner? Turnips are a man's best friend. Becoming homeless? Live in a giant turnip. Turnips could even be used as bribes. It's happened before. Back to Israel now, and according to local media, Israel's Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, again, recently held his own top-level secret meetings to prepare an attack on Iran's nuclear facilities. Will he actually attack Iran? Well, that's not totally clear, but Netanyahu has reportedly said that Israel will act alone, even if others don't get involved. Perhaps Tehran should take Netanyahu's warning seriously, because if it all goes wrong, he'll just lose the next election and then win again the time after that. Fear the man who has nothing left to lose, not even friends. Also, poor Benjamin doesn't even seem to have a washing machine at home these days. This is not a coded message, my friends. Remember his laundry scandal in 2020? He actually took his clothes to the USA, no seriously, he did, to get them cleaned at America's expense. That means Netanyahu is the man who, wait for it, put the washing into Washington, literally. In fact, over the years, the Israeli leader has developed something of a reputation among the staff at the US president's guest house for bringing his special cargo on his trips to Washington. Bags and bags and suitcases full of dirty laundry. What a metaphor! But I digress. Let's get back to his plans for Iran. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Cats and Dogs, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Mr. Netanyahu, welcome to Cats and Dogs. For a long time, you've been threatening Iran with military action.
Yes, every time I'm Prime Minister.
But many claim this is just a game of bluff. Is it?
No, it's not. Threatening Iran is a major obligation for every Israeli Prime Minister.
But I mean, the very act of threatening to attack Iran...
No, we mean it.
But you've been talking about it without actually acting on it.
Well, there's a reason for that.
Well, what's that reason?
The last time I was actually going to invade Iran, I lost an election.
Oh, so you haven't actually hesitated because you're afraid of a counterattack by Iran?
Of course not. What a stupid idea. They're not able to harm us at all.
Well, in that case, why are you going to attack Iran in the first place?
Because Iran can do great harm to Israel.
But you just said that Iran can't harm you at all.
I never said that.
Yes, you did.
Whatever. I have to go.
What, has someone arrived to talk about attacking Iran?
No, Joe Biden's at the door with my dry cleaner. These days I pay him and he gives the money to Zelensky.
In the previous episode, we introduced some of the so-called leading opposition figures outside Iran. This time, we want to introduce yet another one, an actress by career. And nobody knows exactly how she's ended up being a leading figure calling for regime change in Tehran. By her own admission, she's done everything to erase her Iranian identity, apparently to get a role in the Hollywood cinema world. Now she's being praised by the Western media, not as a major actress, but as a major opposition leader. Take a look.
I think at the end of the day, when you're born in the Middle East, you're born in shit. You're born in a geopolitical place where you're attached to your roots that are, it's that evil place on earth that everything is projected on it. All the world needs it to throw, to make guns for it, to make their arms running, to make wars. And you're born in it as an artist, as an actor. What I decided to do when I left is that I refused to do any movies related to this subject. Even like a Persian speaking, Farsi speaking, for 15 years I haven't done any. I've done witches, I've done New York, Spain. I tried to break this frame, but at the end of the day I end up at the same place because it's my cut roots. This tree that has no roots anymore because I was cut at the age of 24, so I couldn't be replanted anymore. But these roots are in there. It's as if, like, even if they're not attached to me, I'm carrying them, and I can't completely disassociate from it. So yeah, it is always interesting that I'm here as an actress, but the only thing I don't talk about is acting.
So now we know what you have to do to be taken seriously by American politicians. Be an actress, or a comedian, or take all of your dirty laundry to Washington. That's all for this week. Join me again next time to see who's eating up their words in America, who's eaten up with rage in Israel, and who's eating anything at all in Britain. That's all on Press TV with me, Lembit Öpik, and Cats and Dogs.